everybody, this is Maxwell and McGee here at Gamescom 2011. We're checking out GoldenEye 007 Reloaded. And to help me do that, I am joined by James Steer, producer with Activision. James, how you doing today?
Good, thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing all right. So I wanted to kick this off by talking about what are some of the challenges your team has faced, like working with the Bond IP, an IP a lot of people know very well. They love it. What can you do and can't do with James Bond to make sure that he stays true to the Bond image?
Yeah, not really challenges. I would say it's more kind of there's a framework to what's cool about Bond, and especially Daniel Craig's Bond. He's a very physical Bond, so it gives us a really great platform to build gameplay, because you can do shooting, run and gun, but you also can do hand to hand, very physical action. So it's actually very helpful to have this kind of new Bond, and to build a game around him. So and if we stray too far from what makes Bond special, it wouldn't feel like a Bond. So we always look to Dan, Jack and Eon Productions to help us work through issues and problems, and say, well, what would Daniel Craig's Bond be doing in this scenario? So we do check in with those guys. We do show them a lot of the game, and we work through and go, well, does this feel right? And so to keep us on track. But we wouldn't want to stray too far from what makes him cool. Everybody wants to be James Bond and be a spy, so we want to give you the opportunity to do that in a game.
All right, very cool. So let's jump over to the game itself. I want to know more about the new MI6 Ops. Is that correct?
Yep.
Is that what they're called exactly?
That's it, MI6 Ops, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So they're kind of more arcade-style gameplay, still single-player, but we give you the opportunity to play the game, in a style that you like. So we give you stealth missions, defense missions, assault missions, and elimination. So something for everybody there. Someone who wants to play run and gun, they can go and play elimination. Someone who likes to play like a spy, they can play those stealth style missions. Someone who likes to dig in and defend an objective, then they can go and play the defense. So what's really cool about those is all those missions are attached to a leaderboard, so you can then post scores, so you can see how you're faring against your friends or maybe the rest of the world. People can actually adjust the parameters of those missions to make them kind of more difficult, or just play around with some of the fun stuff, but to post even higher scores. And then people can go and look on, online, see the scores that people have got, actually click on those leaderboard entries, which will launch you back into the game, playing the version that person set up when they posted that high score.
Okay, so it saves all of the configurations that you set up in that mode.
So you can see the #1 player of, say, Jungle Elimination, see the score they produced, thinking, well, how did they manage to get that score? Actually play that version, and what it generally end up being is that they've ramped certain elements of the AI up really high, so that they've got a kind of modifier to their score, so you can then try and beat them. So we thought people were going to kind of want to be playing in there and optimizing their playthrough of those by adjusting some of the settings. So although it's single player, it has a real competitive online element to it.
And even though you said that mode is single player, there is co-op play still in this game, correct?
Yeah, we have 4-player split screens, so something that's very kind of important to the heritage of GoldenEye. We obviously updated it last year for the Wii version. It's back again. We're adding new classic characters also to that, so not really announcing which one so far, but rest assured, some of the biggest and best known kind of people from the Bond, 50 years of Bond.
So what can you tell us about maybe some of the additions coming to the competitive multiplayer side of this game? So
we're adding 16-player multiplayer for the first time on a GoldenEye game. Things like voice over internet, so you can talk to people. New maps, new modes, new classic characters, new weapons. Maps. Some of the maps from the Wii game are having to be extended to support 16-player. In terms of the modes, we're looking at doing more with kind of spy and espionage style gameplay. Still having things like Team Deathmatch and GoldenEye, but also doing something for the guys that like to play, in a stealth manner, or more kind of, bomb diffusion and things like that. So giving something for everybody.
Perhaps taking inspiration from Splinter Cell's Spies versus Mercs style gameplay?
Not necessarily, no. I think we're kind of busy doing what we're doing. We making the best kind of GoldenEye game we can, and the best game for Daniel Craig's Bond. So, but yeah, he's a spy. He's one of the best known spies in the world. So we're doing elements of gameplay that support that and support the franchise.
And finally, is there perhaps any particular lessons that you guys learned from the release and reception of the Wii version of this game that you're applying to this this updated version?
For sure, I think we launched that game, and then we're able to look at message boards and read reviews and see things. So there's some elements that we've certainly looked at and adjusted based on that. For example, maybe stealth. I think when people were playing stealth, they weren't realising why they were breaking stealth, maybe being spotted by AI characters. So we're doing things with the HUD to better kind of give you better information to you, so you know why all of a sudden everybody's alert. So certainly doing things.
Why am I suddenly getting shot at?
Yeah, exactly. So helping you play that way and getting you more information to kind of for that gameplay style.
All right, James, and I got one more question for you. When is this game coming out, and on what platforms?
So it's coming out in the fall of this year on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
All right, well, thank you so much for chatting with us, and enjoy the rest of the show.
And you. Take care.